Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel. I haven't said that in a while. It feels like it, at least. Thank you all so much for joining me here live. It's Catch Up with Sonny. I haven't done one of those in a very long time. And I hope that... Oh, looks like I'm a little bit very close to the mic. Yeah. I hope that you guys are gonna, hopefully get some info out of this stream. I have a handful of things that I want to talk about when it comes to the channel and other stuff as well. Like I'm just gonna take it very slow with this stream, and we're just gonna have a talk here, so to say. And you are more than welcome to, during the stream, to send in some questions. It can be in the chat, but if you want to make sure that I do get to your question or whatever it is that you want to tell me, then you can use a super chat instead. And in that way also, of course, support the channel, which is always greatly appreciated. But yeah, anywho, it's been a little while since we put anything out on the channel, and I've put up a few updates about it as well. So most of you guys, or many of you, are hopefully aware that there's been some on and off sickness and a little bit of burnout going on my part when it comes to the channel. A bunch of editing. It's kind of it was wearing me down a little bit, and then the sickness. I got ill, and I just couldn't do anything for a little over a week, and then I've slowly just been getting better, and then it was Christmas and then New Year's, and honestly I needed that break as well, because I don't want to burn out doing this stuff, doing these reactions and videos here on the channel. I really want to be able to keep doing this, so and that's what I've set myself several times, and you guys have been telling me in comments whenever I put out an update or something that that we should take care of ourselves first and foremost. So I've been trying to do that, and I really want to get back to it now, but there are going to be some changes throughout 2024, before I get into all of it, I can just quickly sum up what I'm gonna be talking about during this stream when it comes to the channel, and that is obviously series, what are we going to be reacting to, what are the schedules maybe going to look like. Then there's also the big one that Kat is starting a new job, actually starting a PhD. The 1st of February. So for obvious reasons, that means that Kat is not going to really be able to join me for that many reactions, and that's going to make a little bit more difficult setting doing a set schedule when it comes to the reactions that Kat is going to be a part of. So that's of course a big one, and then it's what else of what sort of plans do I have for the channel, what do I want to do other than the reactions with Kat, and there's a bunch of things there that I have been thinking about doing for a while, and stuff I want to do way more of. I want to do more like this, for example, and bring on guests again, and do some more live streaming podcasts, whatever you want to call them, and I want to do way more gaming as well, for example. And then when it comes to reactions, I'm still gonna do solo reactions, but I also want to maybe invite some other people on the channel. Gonna definitely try to find something for Major Dad and I to watch, because I'm sure that there are many of you out there who's been wondering where's Major Dad? We haven't seen him in a while. And I really want to get him back on the channel as well. And maybe some of my friends and maybe other people in the YouTube sphere space that I can do some collaborations with, because I don't know if you guys have seen or if you checked out the channel Passion Fruit, sorry, where they are doing like a lot of reactor collaborations. I've been doing a couple of videos with Eric, who runs it, and there are a bunch of other reaction channels or joining in, and we had a big talk about the Attack on Titan finale, for example. So yeah, go and check some of that stuff out. Passion Fruit. And then there is also and another change, something that we've been wanting to do for a long while, which is merchandise, t-shirts and hoodies and all that good stuff. And Kat has actually already been working on something when it comes to merch. If you look down in the description, there's actually already a link that will take you to a merch store where there's a bunch of stuff over there already, like really, really awesome, beautiful designs made by Kat. Kat has just been like really working hard on this, and I'm really excited to see or to hear like what you guys are going to say about it, because yeah, there's some awesome, like I think like it's stuff that I would wear definitely, and stuff that I would buy and want, because yeah, I do have some pictures of it, and I guess I can show those as well in a second. But it also just occurred to me that I haven't even just said Happy New Year's to you guys either. Like I didn't get to do like a big Happy New Year's update or Happy Holidays update, really, like we've done before. So I'm sorry about that. But again, I needed that break that I was talking about before, and that actually included me not just, I wasn't even looking at the channel. I didn't open the YouTube Studio app where I always check that like a million times a day usually, but I just needed a break from all of it. But anywho, I just wanted to say Happy New Year's. And then just another quick thing before I continue. I haven't been I haven't done one of these in a long while. It's been a long while since I have been just like talking like this, and for some reason, when I haven't been doing it for a while, and then I do it again, and I talk a lot, my mouth and my throat get all dry and itchy, so I need to drink a lot of water. So excuse me if I take a bunch of water breaks during the stream. There we go. Now I can hopefully continue, and then I don't know if like the volume, if my voice is like loud or not, but I'm not talking that loud. Sometimes I can talk pretty loud, I know, but I'm not doing it right now, at least because the little one is sleeping in like the room across from my office studio here, so I can't make too much noise because of course I don't want to wake him, and also I got the baby alarm here as well, and if he wakes up for some reason, then I might have to just end the stream right there. I hope it's not gonna happen, but I just want to let you guys know if there's like an abrupt end to the whole thing, then it's because he has awoken, and then yeah, just gonna have to end the stream there. Yeah. All right, but that was, again, me talking a lot, and I do see you guys in the chat, and a lot of familiar names. It's so nice to see you all in there again, and I saw that at the beginning some of you guys were a little bit scared because of like the big update video. And big changes and plans for the future and whatnot, and it's not because the channel is no more or anything like that. It's just there's going to be some changes starting now and then during the year, with the stuff that I already mentioned. Another big change that is coming is a lot of changes on Patreon. I'm gonna be switching some things up there, stuff that I should have done a long time ago. Yeah, I'll get into that as well momentarily. But also, again, I wanna mention that if you wanna ask me anything during the stream or tell me anything, then you can send in a super chat and yeah, support the channel, of course, in that way. And it's a surefire way to make sure that I see it and I read it and I comment on it immediately. So very much welcome to do that. And other than that, yeah, I'm gonna try and keep an eye on the chat, of course. And yeah, Alfie Bad Batch Season 3, that's probably gonna make sure that Major Dad is gonna be there for those. Maybe I don't like. I know that he's also like he has seen Battlestar Galactica before, but now he's also doing a rewatch. I think like while I'm doing my reactions, and I think he's like way ahead of me. So I don't know, but maybe he can join me. Like he'll want to join me. Even though he's just like seen, like rewatched the series, he'll want to join me if he comes for a visit or something, because we've already talked about that at least. But okay, I'm gonna like quickly, because I do have some pictures here of the beautiful merchandise that Kat has designed and put up in the store and done the descriptions and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna just show you some of it here on screen, and again there's a link down in the description where you can like go and check it out and buy it, of course, if you want to, and get something nice for yourself, or it can be a present, and it also supports the channel, of course. But yeah, pictures, let's do it. We have, I'm just gonna move a little bit. We have a nice thing here. You see the heart, biohazard. I think that's pretty neat. I'm just gonna run through it here. We have a raccoon design as well. Unicorn, of course, it is cat. Got that design, and it can come as a picture or sticker. We got some pants with the raccoon, freaking raccoon. We got another heart design, this time a computer mouse mat. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. That's it, I'm done. If you remember that amazing moment from our reaction to the 5th episode of Attack on Titan, where at the very end, Kat simply just stood up and said, "That's it, I'm done." Thankfully, that we weren't done, we continued, but that's at least a moment we will always remember. And then just another fun one. Okay, bruv. The designs, you can get them that way as well, and on a cap, and t-shirts for adults and kids. Stickers, balls, system overload. That has happened a few times on the channel, like a system overload while watching something. So yeah, mugs as well. And then we're back to that one. So as you can see, like a lot of pretty cool stuff, I think, at least. So I would love it if you guys would check it out, and I'm of course also gonna mention it in future videos. All right. Yep. Sorry, I was just reading the chat. Okay, so let's get into like the stuff that I was talking about before. Gonna go more into specifics with some of these updates, and I think why not like do the big one first. I have pretty much said all of it, but with Cat starting a new job or a PhD at the beginning of February this year. That means that there's going to be more solo reactions from me, and I want to bring some other people on the channel as well, because Kat is simply not going to be able to join in. But like when we can watch something, we will. We've been talking about maybe, and this is a thing that I will also bring up in the section where I talk about the Patreon updates. But we've been talking about maybe doing like a monthly movie reaction, because we want to watch more movies. We want to get into doing more movie reactions. But that's it's still something that we're talking about. And then when it comes to more like specifically what series are we going to be watching in the near future, like we're still wrapping up Demon Slayer on YouTube, and I haven't edited all of our reactions to Demon Slayer yet, but the uncuts, they're done, and they've been up on Patreon for a little while, like before I took this little break. So yeah, finishing up Demon Slayer, and then I know that, or we know that Invincible is coming back. What is it, like tomorrow, the day after tomorrow or something? And we of course want to watch the last 4 episodes of season 2. Don't know exactly how the schedule is going to be with those, but we're pretty sure that we're gonna be able to watch them, because like it's still January and Kat hasn't started the new job yet. So hopefully we're gonna be able to watch Invincible, the rest of the episodes there, and get those reactions out for you guys. But we also, of course, want to start something new after Demon Slayer. But because of, again, Kat not being able to be there a lot in the coming year, or at least like starting a new job, you have to focus on that. So we've been talking, and we are a bit reluctant, like just jumping into a series with like a bunch of episodes, a bunch of seasons. So we've been looking at like shorter seasons or more limited series, and one that we actually started watching, so those reactions are going to be coming out, is Blue Eye Samurai over on Netflix, because we just heard a bunch of, like, we heard so much good stuff about that series, and we watched the first episode already actually, and really liked it, and we're anxious to continue that one. But so yeah, Blue Eye Samurai, that's one we're gonna do. And I mistakenly, I thought that one was a limited series. I thought that was like an 8 episodes and done, but it is going to continue. But now we have started it. So yeah, and then we're gonna look more into like what sort of other series, and we want to do again like more animated stuff, and keeping it, like ending Demon Slayer and then starting another anime or animated show, and then we want to like keep that going. But I'm just not like quite sure yet exactly which animes we are gonna be getting into, and what we can do, and what we have time for, or what Kat is gonna be able to join me for. So there's a lot of I don't know yet vibes to this. I know, but it is what it is. Like we're just taking it one step at a time here, and we don't wanna overcommit is basically what I'm saying. But I'm gonna let you guys know what we're talking about, what we're thinking about doing when it comes to like reactions, Kat and I. I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna put out updates, but at least for now, after Demon Slayer is done, then it's Blue Eye Samurai. So we're gonna be putting those reactions out on Patreon very soon. Yeah. But and I see that all you guys are, or a lot of you guys are already putting in some suggestions in the chat, and I'm glad that you're doing that, because I would like some suggestions. I saw anime game Freyan, is that Frian is how I would pronounce it, but it's because it looks like a Danish word. Anyway, Beyond Journey's End. I've seen that one pop up as well, but I'm fairly certain that there's going to be a lot of episodes there. So again, yeah, I'll let you guys know when it comes to what Kat and I, whatever we're going to be jumping into. And then like there are also other series returning this year, I'm sure, that we want to watch, and that includes like anything. Like, I am of course going to be doing anything Star Wars coming up, but there are other returning series, like series that Kat and I have been watching. The Boys, for example, we really want to watch Gen V. I don't know if we're going to be able to do them as reactions, maybe as Patreon exclusives, but that's, again, I don't know if it's going to happen sort of thing. And then there's like House of the Dragon, and yeah, so some stuff at least coming up there that I'm fairly certain that we're going to be doing at some point in the year. And then I also mentioned the possibility of movie reactions before. That is something that we are thinking about doing as well. And I guess, yeah, I should also have said this up top, but it's sort of like this stream sort of speaks for itself. I think at this point that it's just like my thoughts. I'm just throwing them at you. Like whatever I've been thinking about when it comes to the channel. Like I just needed an outlet. So that is what I'm doing now, and just breaking down stuff that I know is going to happen, and then just again raw thoughts about what I have been thinking about, or what Kat and I have been talking about. All right. I see someone mentioning Shooter McGavin mentioning Black Sails. I've already watched that, and Kat has watched most of it. I don't know if Kat really ever like got that much into it. But I love Black Sails, definitely. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is another one that I think it was even part of our last poll. So yeah, maybe that's gonna be one. Maybe. If it's something that Kat would want to watch as well, of course. I don't know about Atla, Avatar: The Last Airbender live action. I'm too afraid because the animated series is perfect. Why would you want to put me? Yeah. We have been talking a lot about Vinland Saga. A lot. It's just, again, ongoing series, a lot of episodes. But we will continue to talk about it, definitely. But it is going to be something like, yeah, what you just mentioned, weekly episodes is most likely. And then that leads me into the next thing is, okay, then if there's not gonna be a lot of reactions with Kat and I, maybe only like a weekly reaction with the both of us, then what's gonna happen on the channel then? Like, is that it? And of course, no, I am gonna continue solo reactions. I am definitely gonna continue Battlestar Galactica, even though so far those reactions they haven't really been performing that well, and I do put a lot of time into them, but I just really enjoy that series already, and I want to continue it, and I want to continue doing reactions to it, because I also enjoy like the community a lot, like already, the Battlestar Galactica community, and then I'm sure there's gonna be other stuff like anything Star Wars. I'm gonna be there. I'm probably gonna see if I can get Major Dad to join me with those. We have been talking about the what was it called? The Masters of Air, I think. It's gonna be on Apple TV Plus, and it's from the same people who did Spanner Brothers and The Pacific, and Major Dad was a part of those reactions. So we thought maybe we should do another World War II themed series reaction. Maybe. We've been talking about that. And then I want to see, I also mentioned I want to see if I can maybe get some other people to join me for reactions. And those are friends of mine or other people in the YouTube reaction space, collaborations in a way like that, or something else that I want to do way more of is, and I mentioned it already, but this live streams, talking with you guys and taking questions and having, inviting some guests on, and just doing more of that, because that is a lot of fun, and it's not something that I have to edit, so it doesn't really mess with the reaction stuff, which is a good thing. And then, of course, staying with the live stream stuff, I want to do more gaming. I really, really want to get back to it. I started doing The Expanse, the Telltale game. Something went wrong there on the stream, and like the quality of it, like it was just extremely laggy for some reason. And I couldn't find a fix. And then I started, like, I needed to focus a lot on the reactions, and I just started editing a lot. So, sorry, I just heard a noise. So, yeah, that's what I was doing during my the evenings and sometimes into the night. I was just editing away. So I had to put like the game streams on the back burner, and then it's all of a sudden now it's been like 4-5 months since I did one of those game streams. So I really want to get back to it. I don't know if I'm gonna be finishing up The Expanse. If like I maybe I'm gonna do a poll or something and just I ask you guys outright, would you like me to finish The Expanse Telltale series, or should I just move on to something else? I want to do the new God of War Ragnarok expansion, Valhalla. I want to do that one, of course, and I also really want to continue Halo, because it's been a while since I've continued Halo. And then I'm sure there's gonna be other games. Might even at some point do Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough with some friends or with some other people or something. I would love to do something like that, and also because like I love that game and I've been having a ton of fun playing it, and I could like just continue playing it over and over again, I'm sure, because there's always new things that you can discover. So yeah, that's just me being a little bit in love with that game at the moment. So that's why I'm mentioning it. It's not a sure thing that I'm gonna do Baldur's Gate 3 streams, but I'm sure there's gonna be games, coming up that I want to do on the channel. I think Star Wars Outlaws is coming out like at the end of the year, so that's Star Wars. So I'm gonna do that one. And then maybe I'll ask you guys for some suggestions as well, like some great single player experiences, maybe some shorter ones where it's not like big open world. I'm gonna spend 120 hours like on stream doing this, but I don't know, I'm always looking for like a great compact like 12-14 hour single player cinematic experience in the vein of Uncharted or something. So yeah, those are also possibilities there. There are a lot of possibilities there, and it is stuff that I am going to be doing more of, because again, I really want to keep this channel alive. I have, like, to be completely honest, like, I have been really, really, really nervous about, like, can I keep this going? Can I keep doing this? And it's I've just had to come to terms with maybe. Like, that's the only answer. It's like, maybe we'll see what happens if the channel can keep going with Kat and I not doing a lot of reactions per week, and maybe if the numbers on some of the solo stuff that I'm doing, like Battlestar Galactica and whatever else I'm gonna be reacting to, if those videos are gonna do better or do well overall. These live streams, the game streams, like, it all depends on how that stuff is. Yeah, you know how it is. It's the way YouTube works. If you don't get a lot of views or not a lot of interaction, then the algorithm will just take your channel and go yeet, get the fuck out of here. Which is that it feels like that has already happened once to the channel when we took a break before. So I'm always, like, sort of afraid that that's gonna happen. But again, now I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna put in the work and put out some stuff for you guys, and we're gonna have some fun on the channel, and we'll see if we can keep it going. Yep. There was something else that I also wanted to mention with or was there? Maybe not. Either way, I'm gonna move on to another big subject, which is Patreon. There's gonna be some changes to Patreon going forward. I'm gonna make some more tiers, because that is definitely something that I should have done a long while ago. And it, like, yeah, again, just to be honest, I have been sort of like, for, like, when you compare to other, especially other reaction channels, their tiers, what's in them and the price of them, and so on, like what you get when you buy that tier, then you compare it to our Patreon, our channel, then, like, I've been putting a lot into just one tier, and I've been keeping it at a very, very, very low price, which I know that's, preferable, if to do that, but it's just, like, business wise, and I should treat this more like a business, because that is actually what it is. Then business wise, yeah, maybe not the smartest decision. So that is sort of what I mean with, like, something that I should have done a long time ago, is just making more tiers and putting more stuff into Patreon, so that it makes more sense and people have more stuff to choose from, like you see on other channels or with other channels. So there is still going to be, like, a plain old support tier that's not going to cost a lot at all. It's still going to stay very, very low. But it is also going to include, like, polls. Like, you can vote on polls. So if you wanna vote on, like, the starting polls, where we when or if we do those, regarding anything, then yeah, then you can do so, like, with the, like, just the lowest tier. And then the next one is going to be access to full length reactions of what is out on YouTube, or at least, like, most of it, because there was an incident a while back now, and those of you who are patrons of ours probably know about it, because it's still, like, a pinned comment in there. But I had to remove a lot of content from Google Drive, so a lot of full length uncut reactions to our like, previous or, like, yeah, to series that we've done in the past, they're just gone, and I will have to like dig up the footage again and redo them, and I have to find the time to do it. I might be able to find the time now, during this year. Is something that I can get into. But anyway, so that's gonna be like the next tier, like the middle tier, so to say. Is my thinking, where you have access to the uncuts, and also there are going to be some Patreon exclusive live streams, like Patreon hangouts, where we're really just gonna be talking and shooting the shit, and yeah, have some fun there. And it's gonna be me, and maybe Kat can join for some of those if we can fit it into to the schedule. And sorry, my brain is just slowing the fuck down. It's getting a little bit late, but I want to get through this. So on that tier, live streams, and then the uncuts, I mentioned it, and then there's gonna be, I've been thinking about, like, there's still gonna be an early reaction, but it's not gonna be like weeks ahead, but like just the next episode, and then you can jump up a tier, and then I wanna do like the majority of the early reactions are gonna be on the next tier. So yeah, it's stuff that I'm still fiddling with, but it is definitely gonna mean that, okay, there's gonna be more tiers. I'm gonna divide up some of the stuff. And then I also want to do like some extra tiers where, just full transparency, like taking inspiration from some other people here on YouTube, where we can do, where like it's something that I also really want to do is a way to get to know you guys even better, some of you guys at least over on Patreon, where we can have one-on-ones. And there are going to be like like a handful of spots available each month in that tier, where we can talk one-on-one about anything that you want to talk about. And yeah, it's something that I saw on another channel. I saw Christian Harloff doing it, and I thought, that's a really good idea. I'm stealing that. So that is definitely something that I want to do on Patreon, to really get to know some of you guys, and just talk movies and series and all the stuff that we love. Because I love doing that. And again, I want to do more of that with you guys. And then there is like the extra special tier that I sort of already mentioned, and that Kat and I have been talking about, which is the movie of the month tier, where we have a list of movies that we haven't seen and that we want to see, and then you can, if you buy that tier, there's only going to be one of them per month, but then if you buy that tier, then you can choose the movie that you want us to watch. You can also suggest, I'm sure we're gonna do that as well, where you can suggest a movie, but it is gonna have to be a movie that we want to watch. So there's gonna be a list, but at least yeah, that's the movie thing that I mentioned before, and that we want to do, definitely. All right, I did also see a couple of super chats, so I am quickly gonna scroll back here. The first one was from John Wayne. Thank you so much for the generous donation, John. Is it true Denmark has been reoccupied by Germany? Not as far as I'm aware of. I am living sort of out in the boonies almost. I'm small city, but still, I'm pretty sure I would have noticed if that had happened. But at least, and we're not being invaded by reoccupied by Germany, but we are getting a lot of fucking rain and heavy, crazy winds, and the weather is just shit at the moment. But I guess that's the case for like many places in the world. Anyway, thanks again, John, for sending that one in. And the next one is from, hey, Major Dad himself has joined the stream. Thank you so much for the donation. Really didn't have to do that. And, well, you also answered the question, no, but we're getting an Australian Queen of Denmark in 11 days. That is true. That is something really big that happened in Denmark. I guess I can mention that if you guys don't know. But our queen, during her New Year's speech, she always does a New Year's speech where she talks about the year that we just went through, like big events, and she's always been doing that. It has always been a part of my life, at least. So we were watching it now this New Year's Eve, and we were doing like a drinking game, because we always know there are certain things that we know for sure that she's going to say, and then things that we're pretty sure that she might say, and then it's like, oh, drink if she says this and this and that, and then we made like this is never gonna happen, but just for funsies, if she abdicates the throne, like if she steps down, then we drink a whole bottle. And then she freaking did it, like, live on television, during her New Year's speech. So now the next in line, her son, Frederick, or Frederik, as we would say his name in Denmark, he is gonna become King of Denmark, and that is going to happen in 11 days. And his wife is originally from Australia, so that's what Major Dad meant with an Australian queen. I think she's from Tasmania, actually, but I'm not sure. All right. Oh, and then another super chat came in from Helion Prime. Good to see you, buddy. Would you consider doing gaming with members? That is actually something that I have been thinking about, and I just didn't remember, like when setting up this stream. But definitely, 100%. That is something that I also want to do, especially with patrons, for example, is having like we'll find a game and we'll play some freaking Apex, or whatever it is, and maybe also with Discord, even though I haven't been using that a lot at all. Kat is way better at using Discord than me, but it's a really good suggestion, and something that I have been thinking about doing, and that would be a lot of fun, and also a way to get to know you guys better is talking while gaming, and then the Patreon hangouts and the one-on-ones, and doing more of this just here on the channel on YouTube. So all of that combined into a more I just want to get to know you guys more, and like have some more of this back and forth, because that's just like I enjoy watching that a lot when it comes to other channels, like other reaction channels, and just of course a lot of channels who do like podcasting just as the main thing. But I like that format a lot, and I like talking, and I like talking about things that I love, with movies and series and all that. Like that's what I love the most, man. So I want to do more of that. Mario Party, definitely. Aw, hey Chloe, miss you too. Hey Sweel. The streams are a great part of the channel. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, again, that's why I just want to do more of this. Is like every time I do it, I'm like, oh yeah, I really, really enjoy it, and it's so nice and simple. Just set it up and go live and talk to you guys, and then I just and it's especially now when after we moved and we don't live in the teeny tiny apartment where I have to like rearrange all the furniture in the living room every time I set up my shit. Now it's just here and it's always ready to go. So it should be easier for me, and I should have done it way more. But I'm going to now. And it also looks like, because this was sort of a test with what I also mentioned before, with the little one sleeping very, very, very close to me, and I don't want to wake him up. So now I also know that I can at least talk like this with you guys without waking him up. And then he wakes. No, it's not going to happen. Hopefully. Oh, we got some more super chats. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, and thank you, Helion, as well for the donation. I didn't even say that. Manners, Sonny, manners. Okay, then we have one from Talia Maya. Does it really make a difference whether you only like a video on YouTube or also leave a comment? Sorry for asking. I'm not that familiar with it. Like they both really make a difference. If you like a video or if you comment, it all adds to like when I'm talking about like the ever weird like algorithm that no one really knows how it works, but sort of kind of do. But when it comes to that, then if a video gets, of course, views, but also a lot of, if there's a lot of interactivity going on with likes and comments, then that will boost the video a lot. So that is one of the reasons why I always ask people to like and throw in a comment, because it only takes a second to like it and only a few seconds to leave a comment if you just say, hey, or whatever. It all counts. So yeah, that is actually a really big thing. But I also get why people don't do it on everything that they watch, because that would be time consuming if you watch a bunch of YouTube videos every day and you have to leave a comment on all of them. A like is fairly easy to do on all videos you watch, but a comment that's gonna accumulate. So I totally get it. But just to answer your question, at least, they both matter a lot. And thank you so much for the very generous donation. Thank you so much. All right, from Ameana. I hope I am pronouncing that somewhat correctly. Hi and best wishes. Did you enjoy the villain analysis of Zuko? And do you plan to react to the upcoming Avatar series? Love from France. Oh, from France. Nice. The villain analysis of Zuko? Is that something that came out recently, or was it something that we... No, we did watch like a Zuko specific thing as a Patreon exclusive back when we finished Avatar, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't a villain analysis. So yeah, I don't think I've seen it. I'm not even aware that it's there. Is it by like Cinema Therapy or... sorry, now I'm just asking you a bunch of questions. Sorry, I'm a semi-slow reader, and the text is small. I could enlarge it, but I'm lazy. Thank you so much, Alfie, and yeah, thank you so much to like everyone leaving a kind comment and just commenting in general, and of course just being here for the I'm back live stream, I guess you can call it. Getting back to it, getting back on the horse. Big update live stream. There was something else that I also wanted to get into on this live stream. I think I have mentioned pretty much everything that has to do with the channel. Let me just go through it. I talked about Kat starting a new job, a PhD, and what that entails. Talked about what I want to do on the channel, my thoughts, my aspirations, and I've talked about the changes coming to Patreon. I've talked about merch, which is, again, if you didn't hear me talk about it before, we have merch now, and we've wanted that for so long, and finally, I didn't do anything about it because I'm lazy as fuck, but Kat did something about it, and you can check out our merch store down in the description. I'm also gonna pin a comment on the video after the live stream, so those of you watching on the replay, there should be a pinned comment as well, taking you to the merch store. And then I'm gonna talk plenty about our merch in future videos. That is for certain, because Kat put a lot of work into this, and I freaking love what they came up with. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Okay, so if you guys have any questions about anything relating to the channel, fire away. I'm gonna try and keep an eye on the chat. If I see like a question mark, I'm gonna, try to skim for those. But again, of course, if you wanna really get my attention, then you can send in a super chat and support the channel in that way. And I'm really thankful for the super chats that you guys already send in. Really appreciate it. Outfit change? Oh, hell yeah, Chloe. Lots of outfits. All right. While I try to look at chat and see if any questions pop up about what I just talked about, then just for the last, I don't know how long here, I don't know how long this stream is going to be overall, but I thought we could maybe talk a little bit about the year that just happened, 2023, and more specifically the movies that came out, the series, some of the games. I definitely haven't watched everything. Far from it. There's so I've been to the cinema once or twice during 2023, and that's like the least amount of times that I've gone to the cinema or the movie theater or whatever you want to call it. At least the amount of time that I've gone ever, almost. And that is because we've been staying home and raising a child. So but I hope to be able to watch more movies. Maybe not this year, or maybe I'm gonna get the chance. But anywho, so I haven't seen a lot of movies, but I've been trying to catch up with the ones that has then come out on streaming, and of course, been watching the series that we've watched here on the channel, but I've also been watching a lot of stuff on the side, so I could talk about some of that, and some of the games that I've played, both the stuff on the channel, but then also on the side. I've already mentioned one of them, Baldur's Gate 3, which I am in love with at the moment. Oh, thank you so much, David. Yeah, it goes without saying, but I love doing the Star Wars reactions. Obviously. Do we have a first draft of the movie list? No, not yet. We're still gonna have to sit down and actually make the list, and it's gonna have to be something that both Kat and I, again, something we want to watch and something that we haven't watched yet. So yeah, I'm just off the top of my head, I can't think of a lot of movies that falls in that, but there's definitely gonna be we're as soon as we sit down and start making the list, we're gonna be able to come up with a bunch of stuff that we are gonna want to watch, and then I can put that list out on Patreon. Also, after I've made the changes to the tiers and all. And one last thing when it comes to the channel. Is that I'm gonna really get back to it tomorrow, start editing again, and then slowly the reactions are gonna trickle out again. and then I hope to be able to get back to sort of like a semi-set schedule where I at least can say that, okay, there's a video coming out like Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever it is. But yeah, just wanted to mention that. All right, I see some questions popping up. Have you played Phantom Liberty? No, Elfie, I have not. I haven't played. It is a Metal Gear Solid game, right? I haven't played any of them, to be honest. So that is also a game series that I could get into, because those are classics. Beautiful Lie. Did you watch Oppenheimer? Hell yeah, I did. That was one of the few times that I went to the movie theater. It was to watch Oppenheimer, and I actually did the Barbenheimer that day. Kat and I, we watched Barbie, and then I watched Oppenheimer with my uncle. So that was a great day. Really enjoyed both of them. I know Kat loves Barbie to pieces. We also watched it a couple of weeks ago, I think, because yeah, it just came out on streaming. So just watched it again, and yeah, that's like Kat's favorite thing from this year. I'm certain. Yeah, just to comment on Oppenheimer, such an amazingly well-crafted movie. Like, you can really see that everything that Christopher Nolan, like everything he has done before in his previous projects, it was just almost like leading up to this. Everything he had learned, he just threw it all into this mammoth of a movie, and it was such a huge success. So yeah, kudos to that movie and everyone in it, all of the actors, and again, of course, the same goes for Barbie. Like, that's insane how much success that one gathered, and then you look at all of the what used to be like the surefire, yeah, this movie's gonna make money, all the superhero movies, and they just went like except for Guardians and Spider-Verse. I think that like those were the only like real successful superhero movies this year, right? Oh, Phantom Liberty. Oh, Jesus, fuck. Yeah, that's not Metal Gear Solid. Cyberpunk DLC. I haven't played it yet because I started a new playthrough of Cyberpunk just like from the beginning, because there's been so many overhauls and like the whole patch. It's like patch 2.0 or something, right? With the really big changes. So I wanted to start the game from the beginning again, and now playing it on a PS5 and all. So like I'm going through all of it. So I haven't gotten to Phantom Liberty yet, but I'm really looking forward to it because I hear great things about it. Sorry, just trying to go through the chat here. Oh, see you, Morgan. Didn't even see you pop up in the chat before, so sorry. But thank you so much for joining at least. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Have you seen Reacher? That would be a great series for you and Major Dad to react to. You know what? That's actually that's a really good suggestion. Yeah. I'm gonna see if Major Dad is gonna be able to do that. Like right now, I don't know. Like, I don't know when he's gonna be able to join me. But that is something that I will bring up. I don't know if he's still watching. But yeah, Reacher. I have like I've seen. I haven't seen the series, but I've seen like other people reacting to it and people talking about it, and I've heard a lot of awesome stuff about it. So I definitely wouldn't mind checking it out. One movie that had me by surprise was Godzilla Minus One. Have you seen it, Sonny? No, but I really want to watch Godzilla Minus One, and I am kind of thinking that that might be a movie like I'm gonna wait to watch it. I don't know if it's even still in movie theaters, especially here in Denmark. But like, no matter what, I'm gonna wait till it comes out on streaming, or if I can, just buy it on digital or something, and then that could go on the list of movies for movie of the month with Kat and I. I think that could make a good like movie for a reaction, for reaction purposes, so to say. But I really, really want to watch it because I've heard so many good things about it. Holy fuck! And then the director, he wants to direct a Star Wars movie. I've heard. Sure, why not? Even though, like, whenever they announce someone is going to direct a Star Wars movie, then odds are they're not going to, or it's gonna get cancelled, or they're never gonna talk about it again, or yeah, that's a running joke. Have you and Kat seen Lars and the Real Girl? It's my favorite romance movie to suggest. Haven't seen it. I don't even think I've heard about it, to be honest. But that is definitely also something that could go on the list. Oh, and you never got Godzilla Minus One in theaters. But yeah, physical media. Get that. That's ah, it's such a shame that, like, when you think back on physical media and just how prevalent it was, and what you got out of it, the quality, the special features, everything, and now most of the stuff it's not coming out on physical media. It's difficult to get your hands on, and it's just slowly dying out. And I guess streaming killed it. Like it's almost killed theaters as well. It's yeah, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. Can we do a rewatch of the? Sorry, why isn't it showing here? Of the OG Star Wars trilogy. Maybe that could at least maybe be like a Patreon exclusive, like, movie commentary thing, just listening to me gush about Star Wars while watching the original trilogy. Perhaps. It's always a good time watching those movies. Is your dad open to anime? Vinland Saga would be great to react to with him or Kat. Maybe, I don't know. It's gonna be a difficult sell, I think, when it comes to my dad and anime. He's very open, like, he's open to most, if not anything. Like, he's gonna try anything. But I don't know if it's gonna be his vibe, so to say. But I could ask him for sure. Suffered through the upgrading from VHS to DVD to Blu-ray to digital. Oh yeah, I have so many VHS tapes somewhere, stored in boxes, and they're probably all of them like degraded as fuck. but yeah, and then after that, bought a lot of DVDs. So I also have a lot of DVDs stored in boxes, and I don't use DVDs anymore, man. I didn't get to buy that many Blu-rays, because by then I think, yeah, I don't know why I sort of stopped collecting, but maybe it was a good thing because I'm not using those either. So I'm part of the problem. Like, I'm only watching stuff that I can stream because it's convenient, whereas I should get more physical media. Anywho, What are you gonna do? All right. Then there are like quickly just some stuff like just when it comes to what I watched and what I experienced, what we experienced in 2023 that I just wanna mention, wanna highlight some of the stuff that I definitely enjoyed a lot. I Oh well, yeah, I mentioned it before, but Guardians of the Galaxy 3, because we just watched it recently. Didn't get to catch that one in theaters, so watched it on streaming on Disney Plus. But we really enjoyed it, both Kat and I. Like we really thought that this was for us more of a like like back to the roots, but back to some of the stuff that we really loved about or really love about the MCU, and it just it really delivered, and that was a good cap off to that Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. Some really emotional stuff in there as well, definitely with everything with Rocket Raccoon, and yeah, if you've seen it, then some great performances and surprises, and that was one of the few superhero properties this year that I like really enjoyed, I must say. And staying with the superhero stuff, then of course really freaking loved Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That was like, yeah, such an amazing time in the theater. We did get to watch that one in the theater as well. And I don't mind the to be continued. Like I was sort of like I didn't know it was coming, but I knew that this was originally a part 1, and then we were gonna get part 2 later on. They just removed the part 1 and like changed the title, so I get why if you went into the theater not knowing that this was a part 1 and that the story wasn't gonna get wrapped up, then I get why if you had a reaction to it. But anywho, that was another movie that I really freaking enjoyed, and I know Kat did as well. I think that might be like the second favorite movie after Barbie this year. I'm pretty sure. So what else superhero stuff? The Flash, was that this year? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, The Flash was this year. The Flash was interesting because I there was some stuff that I enjoyed in it, and then there was a lot of, let's just call it what it is, freaking bad CGI. and I know the director and Muschietti, like he said that it was done on purpose, but come on, then you made a bad decision on purpose, dude. Like it looked like shit. But there was, for me at least, a lot to enjoy about that movie, and Michael Keaton being not the sole reason, but a big part of it. Because I love Michael Keaton as Batman, and I love those old Tim Burton movies. I grew up with those, grew up on those, and listening to that theme. That gave me the chills again, like watching that, experiencing that. But other than that, it's not like it's gonna be. It totally flopped, which is sad. I never root for any movies to fail. Never will. I will never get people who root for anyone else to fail. But yeah, that and then I haven't seen Aquaman, the new one. I'm probably not even going to because I didn't even enjoy the first one. But that was the end of the DCEU, and then we're gonna get the DCU, and we're gonna see what that turns out to be with James Gunn at the helm. What else did we have there in that genre? We had Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That was the title. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Another movie that I did not catch in theaters. I did see that it also really flopped. It just face planted completely in the box office. Unfortunately, that's a rough way to go out for that franchise. But I also don't get why studios continue to spend so much money on these movies, like more than $300 million. Yeah, and I think some of the big studio heads, they have learned their lessons during this year, that maybe we should scale it back a bit and not try to aim for that 1 billion plus box office, because it's not gonna happen unless you're Barbie this year, or Oppenheimer or something like that. But anywho, I didn't watch it in theaters, so watched it when it came out on streaming, and I got it, like, because I went into it with low to no expectations based on everything that I've read and heard about it. I gotta say I was pleasantly surprised, or like I didn't like I had a good time. I thought it was fine. It was a nice little cap off to Indiana Jones, another like enjoyable Indiana Jones adventure. So yeah, I had no issues with the movie really. It was good. It was fine. Yeah. What else did I watch? Holy shit. I didn't watch a lot. I really, really didn't. I watched Air, the Ben Affleck movie. That was pretty good. And I watched, oh yeah, holy shit, how can I forget? Thank you, Sweel, for reminding me. John Wick, Chapter 4. I didn't get to watch that one in theaters either. Also watched it on streaming when it came out. But I, of course, enjoyed John Wick, Chapter 4. It was almost like an overload of action. Like, it was just one amazingly choreographed and original action sequence after another, and you were almost numb by the end of it, but it was so freaking awesome. Donnie Yen playing another kick-ass blind dude, just like he did in Rogue One. Keanu Reeves being Keanu Reeves. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I really, really, really enjoyed the John Wick series, all of them. Never gonna beat like the experience you had with the first one, at least for me. That one will always be at the top. But I thought that like every time they did like every installment after that, like, knocked it out of the park. Still, they kept the quality high till the very, very end. They really, really did. Also highly recommend the. Sorry, there's just something in the way here, so I can't see some of the menu. Kat and I actually did watch that. Was that from this year or was that from last year? I can't remember, but we did watch the menu. And that was an interesting, fun, quirky, weird, violent movie experience that sort of kept you guessing along the way. Okay, and all right. So if there's any like movies or series that, if you're curious what I thought about it, or what if I've seen it or not, then yeah, feel free to ask me. But I'm gonna like slowly start to wrap up here, because it is getting rather late, and I am sort of tired, and I've said everything that I wanted to with the changes coming to the channel. But yeah, let's just talk a little bit more about the movies and the series that came out, because I did, of course, watch the end of Succession, watch the entirety of Succession. I think not this year, or when did I don't even remember when I started watching Succession, if it was season 3 or like right after season 3 came out. But anywho, watched the final season. That was one hell of a show. I enjoyed it so much, and then I actually rewatched it, all of it, with Kat, and I really didn't think that Kat was gonna be was gonna get into it at all, because usually when it comes to movies and series, I know that Kat prefers it when there are, someone to root for, and like good people. that you want to succeed, and there weren't a lot of those in succession. But we both, really got into the series. I was already, I already knew that I loved it. But Kat really got into it as well. So that was a crazy end to a series that definitely didn't overstay its welcome. 4 seasons, and then that was it. But enjoyed all of it, and really, really, really enjoyed the last season. Some great surprises there. So like, if you haven't seen Succession, then I highly recommend it. You probably already been recommended it before, because it's a series that people talk about a lot. But that was great. And then I think, wow, I should have at least put up a list in front of me or something with the stuff that came out, because I'm having a hard time remembering what actually came out this year. That, well, of course, some of the stuff that we watched on the channel. Really enjoyed Loki season 2. That was great. Enjoyed the end to Attack on Titan. And again, if you want to hear more of my thoughts on the finale of Attack on Titan, and the thoughts of other reactors, people from reaction channels, then, and I highly recommend going to Passion Fruit, the channel here on YouTube, and check out the video that they did with a bunch of reaction people, where we talk about Attack on Titan for more than 2 hours at least. I think it is. It was a great chat, and a lot of good points in there. So I think I also put out a post, a community post with a link to it, if you want to find it there. But anywho, yeah, of course, really enjoyed the end to Attack on Titan. That was a long journey coming to its end, and I know we didn't even start from the very beginning. When the first season came out, we picked it up way later, but it still felt like a long epic journey for us, and doing it with you guys. So that was a big one, ending there, definitely. I spotted a question mark, so that must be a question. Apocalypse. So, have you seen Gen V or What If season 2? Both are very good. I've mentioned Gen V before, that we haven't seen it, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to do reaction series to it, but or reactions to it, but we definitely wanna watch it before The Boys season 4 comes out, because I hear that it sort of links up, or it's leading up to what's gonna happen next in The Boys. So wanna stay up to date with what happens and what goes down in that universe. So gonna have to watch Gen V at some point. Looking forward to watching it. And then What If season 2, I've watched it. I didn't think to do reactions to What If season 2. I thought about doing it as a solo thing, but yeah, I just ended up watching them here in the holiday break. And really enjoyed it. I also really enjoyed season 1 of What If. I like that concept. I think it's a nice concept, something you can keep going with. And if you don't like one episode, one What If scenario, then you might like the next, because it's not necessarily a continuation. Even though I know that they also do that a little bit with some of the episodes and some of the characters, and definitely did it here towards the end of season 2. But I enjoyed it, and it's a concept I wish that they would bring over to Star Wars as well, because I think a What If Star Wars series, do it as an animated series, maybe just in the Clone Wars style, just keep that going, because why not? That would be amazing. I think that Star Wars is perfect for those What If scenarios. Yeah, maybe we'll get something like that. Who knows? I saw another question mark somewhere. A Beautiful Lie. Do you think they're going to recast Kang the Conqueror, or just drop that storyline? I don't know, man. That's a really good question. I think what I would do personally is just drop that storyline. To be honest, like I would move on if I were if I was Kevin Feige. I guess I would just move on from that, because this whole multiverse saga so far and phase 4 and 5, like it has been, again, it's my personal opinion, that it has been very much up and down, like a lot of ups and down, and not it doesn't feel as connected in parts, and feels just a little bit messy, and like, not, don't like wipe the slate clean or anything, but just, yeah, just drop that storyline. You have like a sort of like a nice out with how Loki season 2 ended, and just, go from there, go to the next one, go to Doctor Doom or something. Continue with the X-Men, Fantastic Four. Let's get away from some of this multiverse stuff. I don't know how they're gonna get away from it, or how they're gonna wrap it up. What's it gonna look like? And if they do recast Kang, then I of course hope that it's all gonna work out. Like, again, I don't root for anyone or anything, like any franchise, to fail ever. I hope that they're gonna succeed, and they're gonna get, like, gonna get back to where they were when they were at the very top. Sorry if this has been asked before. Have you watched The Bear? Love your channel. Thank you so much, Alex. Yes, both Kat and I have watched The Bear, and yep, thank you for bringing it up. Another freaking amazing series. Holy shit. Like, I loved the first season, and then the second season kicked my ass, and it kicked Kat's ass as well. Like that 1-2 punch with the episodes, I think it's like 6 and 7. Holy shit. Yeah, that was such a, not a surprise hit necessarily, but it still, yeah, it was. It's, as you can hear, I'm at a loss for words. It was absolutely incredible, and the way it ended was, so give us more of The Bear. Happy New Year, Bobby. I have not heard that the second half of Invincible was being released soon. Where did you hear that? But a lot of people have just been telling us that, and I think I saw it somewhere online. If it's not true, then, yeah, sorry. I honestly, like, I haven't double checked it or anything. It's just, I'm so fairly certain of it. But now that you question it, I'm not so sure. All right. Andreas, wasn't Visions kind of like a what if for Star Wars? Kind of, but it didn't involve any scenarios and characters that we're familiar with, so it's not. It is sort of like a what if Star Wars was this or this or this, or like these events happened, or if it was like, yeah, like in that sense it is sort of a what if scenario, but I would still love to see, like, what I mean is like a what if Anakin defeated Obi-Wan on Mustafar, or what if Alderaan was never blown up, what if more recent thing, the Mandalorian never saved Grogu, or like, stuff like that. That's more in line with what they're doing with the Marvel What If series. I would love to see stuff like that, but it's not a slight on Visions, because I really, really enjoy Visions. And I didn't do reactions to season 2 of Visions on YouTube. Those are on Patreon as uncuts, exclusive uncuts. And that's, to be completely honest, only because when I did reactions to the first season, they ate shit, pretty much all of them. And I thought that, like, the second season probably not going to do any better, so it would be me sinking time into stuff and spending time on editing videos that are gonna get like a few hundred views or something. but I still wanted to watch it, so I did those uncuts on Patreon. Okay, have you and Kat watched Jujutsu Kaisen? No, that is one of the series that's it's been on our lists for a long while. It's very popular right now, and would love to hear you and Kat's discussions after every episode. Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year, Renato. It is like it's one of the series that we want to watch, but it is also one of the series where we know that it's gonna be a big commitment getting into it, and it's something that Kat is gonna have to be on board for it, and feel like, okay, I can set aside time for a series like that. So it's a maybe right now of like when and if we're gonna watch it, but we of course really want to, because I've heard so many great things about that series. It always pops up when I'm just like scrolling through shit. So definitely. All right, see you, Apocalypse. Thank you so much for joining. And I think that again, yeah, now we're coming up on an hour and a half, and I was planning on like only doing an hour. But that's, it always ends up like that when I'm doing streams like this, or that's at least how it used to, and that's still like that. I say that I'm gonna do X amount of time, and then I go way over it. But it has been really, really nice chatting with you guys again, and just just wanted to keep you up to date on what has been going on and what is gonna happen, my thoughts about stuff. Still, please feel free to like, if you have any questions here at the very end, feel free to put them in there. Feel free to do it as a super chat, of course, and support in that way. About any of the stuff that I've talked about, be it the channel stuff or movies or series. But I am slowly gonna wrap it up here. If there's anything, like, I'm just trying to think of if there's anything else that I really wanted to mention. I haven't even talked that much about what games I've played this year. Only Baldur's Gate 3, but of course a lot of the stuff is up on the channel. Ragnarok, was that this like last year, or was it the year before? Now I don't even remember. But I of course loved that one. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That was a great game, a great freaking game. Yeah, it has been a weird year for me, for us, because, well, most of the time has been dedicated to not watching stuff or playing stuff, or like it's just been dedicated to raising a child. So that is a lot of work. It really is. And any of you parents out there, you know that it is. And we are new parents at that. It's our first and only child. So yeah, getting used to being parents, that has taken a little while, and there's still new things each and every day. But it's the gift that keeps on giving. I freaking it's the most amazing thing that has happened in our lives, and we are, it has turned everything upside down, but in the best of ways, and in the most, it's, I don't even know how to describe it. So I think I might just end it on that. But at least that's, what we have been, where most of our energy has gone recently, is just spending time with our kid each and every day, and keeping him alive, because he is he's when he's up and at it, he's at 120%, and he's just he wants to experience everything, and he's just got so much life in him, and we just have to keep up. Like that's what we're trying to do every day, is just keep up with the little one. So if we look tired, and I know that's something that Kat has said on at the beginning of most videos this year, is just I'm tired as fuck, then yeah, I look tired. If I look tired, then it's because I am. But again, in a good way. In a good way. All right. Let me see if there are any questions here at the end. Rayla, I have not played Stalker. No, I heard good things. And Doug, TLDR recap. I am pulling a blank right now. Gotta help me. I should know what TLDR stands for, but my mind just won't do the mental gymnastics required to figure that out right now. TLDR. Nope, I'm just gonna look it up because now I'm too curious. TLDR. Too long, didn't read? No? Ah, okay, it's just... Got it. All right. I thought it was like a movie or a series or something that I forgot to talk or forgot to mention or talk about. So again, yeah, I'm tired. My mind is just like not... Definitely not at 100%. Definitely not at 120%. Like I meant before with the little one. And yeah, that's a good one. 120%, but 0% self-preservation. Yes, little kids are freaking suicidal maniacs. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, enjoying all of the moments, even the exhausting ones. Daughter turns 18 in a week, and I don't know where the time went. Holy shit, man. Yeah, no. Like, Anton is like not even a year and a half, and I still don't know where the time is going. It feels like he just got here, but then it sort of also feels like he's been here forever. So, but I don't know. Just a quick summary of what you said the last 1.5 hours. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. You should get some sleep. I can sense your tiredness from Spain. All right. Well, if you say so. No, but yeah, if you can sense it from Spain, then, and it is quite apparent. Like I feel that it is. Yeah, I definitely can't hide it. Then this would be a good time to end the stream. But I'm happy to be back doing this. I want to do more of it. I was just gonna jump into a recap of everything I said, but no, you can go back and rewind the tape if you want to hear everything that I had to say about the channel, what has been going on, thoughts about the future, Kat's involvement in the channel, like big changes there, Patreon, yada yada, and then also my thoughts on some of the stuff that came out in 2023. I wish I could just keep sitting here and talking about stuff, but yeah, late, tired, brain not working optimally, we're shutting down. Yep, that's where we are. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you hopefully as soon as possible. Reactions are gonna be coming out again starting tomorrow. I'm fairly certain of it, and then more of this stuff, and I'll put out updates, both in live streams. I'll mention stuff, but also in the on the community page. And if you're a Patreon, I'm gonna put out a lot of stuff, some more stuff there about what I'm gonna do. And yes, all of it. Sorry, I just saw a question mark, so my mind or my eyes went straight to it. Is it also a snowstorm over on the Devil Isle? I'm not on the Devil Isle, actually. And that's... Oh. Sorry. I have to explain something that my brain is too tired to do. But it's just a cheeky nickname for one of the islands of Denmark where Copenhagen is. I'm in the middle island, the round one, Fyn, and no, it's not snowing, but it's raining like crazy, and the wind is fucking going basoink. The weather is fucked, just in general. Yes. All right, that'll do it. Thanks again so much for joining me. Thank you so much for people who send in the super chats. Really, 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 really appreciate the support. And yeah. I am still really, really bad at outros. That hasn't changed either. Okay, bye.